Hello, guys. So, this is me making one heck of an attempt at a weekly vlog. We'll see how this goes. Today is Monday. It is 6:07 p.m. The only reason that I'm starting this vlog late is one, because I just decided out of nowhere that I'd do a weekly vlog, and two, well, it's really just one, but I didn't take any pictures, any clips, or anything of anything that I did today. So I'll just walk you through it, and then we'll vlog the rest of the day, I guess. Um, I woke up at 6. I wake up at 6 every day. I needed to finish Going 17. The newer Don't Lie episodes. So I watched those. Ate breakfast. Ow, what the heck? Ate breakfast. Let my food digest. Went to the gym. Did the stair climber. I up to a new level today. I am now on level 5, but I only did 10 minutes because I didn't really want to go to the gym today, but I was going because I know that I'm not going to go for the rest of the week. And the only reason I'm not going to go for the rest of the week is because I work for the rest of the week. And I don't go to the gym on the same days that I work, simply because my work is already very physically taxing, and I have an 8-hour shift tomorrow, and then for the rest of the week it's 6-hour shifts. But it's still physically super taxing, which is why I just don't go to the gym. Came home, took a shower, did my laundry, did the dishes, made my lunch for tomorrow, ate lunch, folded my laundry. Now I'm sitting, or rather laying in the bed. I'm just chilling, and I was watching YouTube videos. My new favorite YouTuber at the moment is Aaliyah's Face, whom I was watching her weekly vlog, and I have been binging her weekly vlogs for the past almost 2 weeks now, which is why I suddenly got the urge to just do a weekly vlog and see how that goes. It'll also give me an extra video to do for the week, which is fine. In a way, I kind of had already started my weekly vlogs, but they weren't vlogs, they were weekly check-ins, and I did 2 of them, but I think I only uploaded 1. I may have uploaded 2. Don't know. Another thing that I did is I had to fix my nails. So, for those of you who do not know, I do my nails every 2 weeks. Sometimes I go to the nail shop, but if I'm going to the nail shop, it's mostly because I'm adding nails or getting nail extensions. If I'm just doing regular, or I'm doing dip powder if I go to the nail shop. But I have a bunch of gel nail polishes, and I have the whole gel set up with the UV light and everything. So I just go ahead and do my nails here at home. So I had to fix these 2 fingers because when I did the dishes, they started chipping. So now my middle finger looks a little wonky. Also, I had to I was trying to, because I've already had this set for a week, a little over a week. So this weekend is when I do my nails again. Oh my god, my lips are chapped. So I had to pretty much fake in the bottom, that grow out or whatever, to match, the rest of the set I got going on. So, and then I just discovered, I'm vlogging on my phone because, convenience. But I have one heck of a crack in, it's going straight down the center, vertically on my phone. I have no idea when I even dropped that, and it's my screen protector because it's glass. I have another one. Oh, goodness. I have another one. I have a spare one. Screen protector, that is. It's a privacy screen, and it's the tempered glass. This is only one crack though, so I think I'm just gonna leave it because I don't even notice it. I just so happened to have been all up in the phone when I seen the crack. So but now that it is cracked, it'll just go ahead and crack more. But I guess once it gets to be too much, especially when I can actually see the cracks, then I'll change it and switch it out with the other one that I have. Okay, so I have just finished journaling. I did film it. Don't know if I'm going to make it its own video yet, simply because I waited till the sun went down to do this, and I didn't bother bringing out my ring light, so the lighting is terrible. The angle is also terrible. So it could be I may just add it into this vlog. I'll definitely try it again tomorrow though, because these are daily journals, so I have to journal in them every day anyways. But just to give y'all a little snippet, first of all, I have two journals. This one I typically journal mostly in Korean and has daily thoughts on the front of it, and I got this from Ross, either Ross or TJ Maxx. But that's typically where I get all of my journals from, except this one. I can't remember where I bought this one from, but I was in California and I bought it. Was I in California or was I here? I think I may have gotten it here and then took it on the ship with me, or I bought it in California on the day that I was off the ship and then, you know, took it back. But it's from the very beginning of my contract. So, and I didn't go to any stores while I was in Florida. And when I got to Cali, I got straight on the ship. So yeah, I had to have bought this. My first journal is the day that I set sail. So I definitely bought this here in Texas first and went to get on the ship. But it's my bedtime journal, and it says at the bottom, an opportunity for nighttime reflection. My favorite thing about it is that it actually came with its own little pen. And on the inside, you start on the left page, and on the left page, it's your time to reflect. And it tells you it's time to decompress, to close out the day and move into sleep. Write down a few words, phrases, and sentences that come to mind. No judgments, just go. Empty your mind. Or it will say, close your eyes, breathe, let your mind wander. That's what minds do. When you open your eyes, write down whatever comes to mind now that you have had a moment of quiet. And then at the bottom section on the same page says, complete this sentence. When I slow down and take time to reflect, I feel. Or it'll say, how did it feel to write without restrictions? Liberating, fun, scary, a little out of control. Jot down some notes about the experience. And then on the right page, they both say the same thing as far as you're writing something that you are proud of that you did on that day. So one page has you write down 3 things, the other one just gives you lines, and it says write down something that you accomplished today that you're proud of. It could be crossing an important task off your list or treating yourself with respect and kindness. Open your mind to the possibilities. You've probably got more to be proud of than you realize. And at the bottom it says, what is one thing you would like to accomplish tomorrow? Or how do they make you feel? How can you carry that feeling into tomorrow by acknowledging the things that you are proud of? And then at the bottom, once you finish, it has a ... Sweet dreams. I love this journal. A lot of my journals, considering I get them from, typically TJ Maxx is where I get my journals from. They usually ask questions and have you write down specific things. Some of them I'll get, they will make goals. Some of them are like weekly, they're daily journals, but then they have like weekly check-ins at the end of each week. That's like my wellness journal and my self-care journal. They ask me, have I taken care of myself today? And they make me tell my journal, basically myself, the things that I did to take care of myself. What was I proud of? What are my goals? And sometimes I can write down a meal plan. Crazy stuff right now. I know that the company who makes these journals is called Clementine. So for my daily thoughts today, I actually wrote down something that I guess I've been holding on to for the past almost 4 months. So long story short, my ex and I broke up. I left in December of 2021. He moved to Florida because we were supposed to move to Florida together, and it just did not happen. So he moved to Florida and I moved back to Texas. After a while, I stayed in Virginia for a few months. And I moved back to Texas right before I got on the ship. That's where my vlogs pick up and everything. But he moved in December. We broke up literally like a few days before he left, and as soon as he got to Florida, he met someone, slept with her. She got pregnant in February, which prompted him to finally file for divorce from his first wife. And he married her and had the baby within like 24 hours and later that year. And it really affected me simply because for 2.5 years that I was in that relationship, I would try to talk about like, us getting married, but like I didn't see a future of us getting married because he wouldn't get divorced. Like, even though they were separated and the divorce was in progress, I guess, it was at like a standstill for literally our entire relationship. And anytime I'd ask about it, he'd get upset with me for asking about it. So I let it go. Never let it go. So then it was like doing the stupid thing, just trying to have a baby. Thankfully, my body was just like, no. So, but like my body made the decision for me. It was for the best in the end. So it just never happened. And then to find out that he literally gave it to somebody he had just met. It did, like, I think that part, and my friend put it, she said it best. She said, it sounds more like you're not necessarily mourning like your relationship, you're mourning the amount of time you invested. And whilst that's actually very true, because even my therapist said that, um, it it still hurts knowing that something that I really, really long for is being a wife and a mom. But I was also raised to not settle. So it's hard out here for your girl. Anywho's, I'm about to cry. So that's what I wrote about in this journal. And I actually wrote it in English, considering I have not practiced Korean in the last 2 weeks. My mind is blank, girl. All I know is 안녕하세요, 잘 지내세요, 오늘은, which is today, or 제 이름은 레아입니다. My name is Rhea. I haven't listened to much Korean. Like, even though I was watching Going 17 and Men on a Mission or Knowing Brothers, I was too busy reading the subtitles, so I was not listening to what was being said. I meant to like do the front of my hair today, and that just did not happen. That's okay. I only have these in for the next 2 weeks because today is the 17th. So a week from today is the 24th, and then a week from the 24th is the 31st. So 2 more weeks. I've already had them in for 3 weeks, but I'm trying to keep them in for the full month of April, and then we change the style in May. Also, I never told y'all what I'm doing with my hair. So here's the thing. With my hair, I cut lots of chunks of hair out simply because back when I was still with my ex, back in like November of 2021, I straightened my hair. This is also how you typically know, or typically how I know, when mentally and emotionally I am no longer okay, because then I don't care about frying my hair strands off my head. So I straightened my head, and even though I used heat protectant, first of all, it was a very terrible heat protectant, but I also used the Chi flat iron, and I used it on the hottest setting possible, and I did so many passes on so like thin sections that should have really only needed 1 pass and not that high of heat. And I blow dried it on like really high heat as well, I think, back then. You know, frying the daylights out of my head. So I kept my hair straightened through the month of January. And by doing so, like, I wasn't washing my hair, but I was consistently like re-straightening it anytime it like frizzed or whatever. And I noticed that some parts of my hair was no longer getting frizzy. When I washed it at the end of January, the amount of heat damage that I had was incredible, because it was not consistent, and it was always, it was like in the middle of my hair shaft. So it was like the strand itself, I have curly, 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 boom, heat damage from here to here, and then the rest was curly, curly, curly. And so I tried to let it grow out a little bit, but in the end, a lot of sections I ended up just chopping off right above where the heat damage started. So now my hair is like significantly uneven. So what I'm doing is a year of protective styles. For me, my hair grows best if I don't wash it, if I don't touch it, if I don't do anything, and I just let it be. So for a month at a time, I will wash my hair and I will do a protective style. As long as I take care of my scalp, and I always take care of my scalp, then I'm good. So I'm doing the same practice on my hair as if I did not have a protective style in. So, but I didn't start this until February. So January, I went without a protective style. But January is also when I did the hair cutting. And at the end of January, after I cut my hair, I did the protective style. Y'all have seen it in videos. It was the first time I had the black and pink braids. Then I wore that from February 1st through February 28th. Took them down, washed my hair, blow dried it out, put them back up on March 1st. March 1st, same thing. I had the black with the pink, and they were stupid long. But I did bigger sections because I had actually ran out of hair. Then I wore that from March 1st to like March 24th, I think. I don't even know why I took it out so soon. 24th or like the 26th. I don't know. I think it was because I knew that I had my work schedule, and I knew that I wasn't gonna have like a day off by the 30th to, you know, do my hair or whatever. So I just went ahead and did it early. So, and that's when I did these all black braids. And so then at the end of April, I switched from braids to, I'm gonna do faux locks in May, and then I'm gonna take them down at the end of May, and then I'm gonna redo faux locks for June, only because here in Texas, the sun is beaming, y'all. So like, first of all, my scalp care routine about to be on point. I'm gonna make a video of it. I'm gonna write it down. Scalp care routine for June specifically. Which is also best for my hair. Keeping it in the faux locks because of those sun rays. Those sun rays are deadly here in Texas, and my hair is not used to Texas at all. My skin itself is not used to land, or it's just now getting used to land again. But my hair is not used to Texas at all because I was in Virginia for 9 years, and then I came to Texas, and then I went to California, I came to Texas, then I went to Florida, then I went to California, and I was on the West Coast for 6 months, and then I came back for 2 weeks, and then I went back to California. That was when I went to Disneyland, and then I came back to Texas, and then I immediately went on tour to the north of the country, which is the climate that my hair has gotten acclimated to since I was living in Virginia. And I was up there for 2 months, and then came back to Texas in January. Didn't necessarily wear my hair out in January, but it was also winter, so it was cold and it was cloudy anyways, so we weren't getting sun rays like that. So yeah, I'm trying to regrow my hair, not re-fry it off. So we're gonna stick with the protective styles for the month of, well, for the year, but it's gonna be a different protective style each month. Anywho's, so yeah, that's what this journal is about. Nothing about my hair, everything about how I was feeling about like my ex and everything. So, and like my feelings pertaining to that, simply so that like I thought that what I was doing was allowing myself to go through the 5 stages of grief or whatever. But like I feel like now it's just the whole situation is just like on repeat in my head day after day after day after day. And I'm wondering if it's because I kept internalizing this instead of putting it out and putting it on paper, saying it to myself, like I've told myself multiple times, like, Raya, he's moved on. You gotta let go. You gotta let go. You gotta move on. But I never really understood why I was holding on to it in the first place. And I didn't realize that I was still holding on to it. But I just kept pushing it back in my mind, pushing it away, pushing thoughts away instead of like pushing the emotions away and saying, I don't care. I couldn't give two shits that he has a kid and a new wife now out of nowhere. Like instead of, I just kept doing that instead of saying like, no, you're angry because this is what you wanted, and you had a choice to choose him for more time and end up wasting more time, or choose yourself and allowing yourself to go be happy and go do the things that you wanted to do in life. And I chose myself because he wasn't going to choose me. And it is what it is. But like, in making said decision, how did I feel? And so I had to write down like all of the things that I felt at the bottom. Like, and I said I felt betrayed, sad, angry, stupid, let down, disappointed, tossed away, forgotten, unworthy, unloved. But also, I felt empowered because I put myself first. And I walked out of that relationship with my head held high. And I went to go achieve the things that I wanted to achieve, such as working on a cruise ship and going on tour and making friends now worldwide. And I felt happy because I got to do those things, and I will never regret going to go work on a cruise ship, and going on tour. I got to experience those things, and now I can actually decide on if I want to do it again. I felt indifferent. Sometimes I feel indifferent to Homeboy's entire existence. Sometimes I feel indifferent to the situation that we were in. Sometimes I feel indifferent to, I feel indifferent to the relationship that we were in. Sometimes I feel indifferent to the way that I was treated, but also the way that I treated him. Because we're all human. We are not perfect. I am not perfect. But I know that from my perspective, I did something that somebody that I dated, but we never actually ended up in a relationship, he told me that I sacrificed too much. I mean, too many. He was like, you make way too many sacrifices. And I feel indifferent to those sacrifices. I feel indifferent to the consequences of those sacrifices sometimes. And indifferent, not in a good way, because I definitely didn't want to just try to put so many positive things. I was trying to be honest with myself. I feel indifferent to a lot of the decisions that I made in said relationship, coming out of said relationships, or deciding to come out of the relationship, or deciding to maybe want to stay in the relationship. I feel indifferent to those decisions and those consequences because now we broke up in December 2021. It's April 2023. Why are we talking about it? Kind of thing. So I wanted to acknowledge that there are parts of me that just feel completely numb to it. I'll write /numb so that later on in life, when I come back to look at this, if I ever do, then I know what I meant. But indifferent /numb to the entire situation, which means that I'm also not really acknowledging it, and that's the problem. I feel proud because it was very hard for me to leave. Y'all have no idea. I felt like I showed up for myself emotionally and mentally. I took care of myself because I was not being you think of the analogy of your cup and someone else's cup, and you pouring unto others, and you have to constantly pour into yourself in order to pour into others, and vice versa. I felt like in that 2.5 years, I did not show up for myself until the very end. I was running on empty for, at that point, almost 7 months. I was running on empty, and it's just, I had nothing else to pour, but I was constantly trying to reshape my cup to find more to pour into his cup, and instead of pouring into myself. I didn't put myself first anymore. So I showed up for myself and put myself first. To combat the disappointed feeling and feeling tossed away, I didn't have anything. No, I still feel disappointed and I still feel like I was tossed away. I felt like I was forgotten, but whether or not I was forgotten by him, in the grand scheme of things, the earth still turns, the days are still 24 hours, and time still passes. But in the end, I remember me. I remember who I was in that relationship, who I wanted to be, who I aspired to be, who I tried to be. And I remember every place that I fell short as well in that relationship. And I remember when I didn't show up for myself or him. And so I had to be willing to acknowledge where I went wrong as well, so that I don't let it happen again, or I can work on it. I feel worthy of a male counterpart to who I am today. But as far as feeling unloved, I still feel unloved. So I just put a question mark because I was like, do I love myself? Or right now, I feel like I'm very much so in a fake it till you make it type situation. So, but like, I still have my self-care days. I have more self-care days now than I used to. I have my maintenance days, and I do my nails once every 2 weeks. I do my nails myself. I do my hair once a month, and usually I try to refresh it, and I meant to do that today, but I kind of got lazy. I also meant to do it yesterday before doing it today, and I think I fell asleep, and I woke up like 2 hours later, and I was like, I should do that, and I just never did, and I went back to sleep. But, you know, writing down what I actually feel and talking about why I feel this way, like, you know, naturally I feel betrayed because it's not that you didn't want to do these things. You just didn't want to do these things with me or for me, you know. Yeah. And then I ended it with, you know, because of this, I've allowed myself to fall so far behind. It's okay. Sometimes that's needed. I've redirected my focus to my health and my money. I've embarked on a new journey, the one where I find my place in this world. So, you know. And then I have to go back and I have to like translate that entire, all of this and this in Korean. But I'm gonna let you know right now, I'm not about to do that tonight. That is not about to happen. So, anyways, I think all that I'm really about to do, because my bedtime just kicked in on my phone. It's 10:03 at night. I'm about to refill this with water, fresh water. I'm gonna change into my pajamas and then I'm gonna go to bed because I have work in the morning and I have to clock in at 7:30 a.m. which means I wake up. I mean, I woke up at 6 today, but which means that I really have to like get up at 6:20 tomorrow and be out of the house by 6:50. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Good morning. The time is 6 o'clock on the dot. My alarm just went off. I have been up since 5:35. And I immediately started watching Aaliyah's video. Aaliyah's face. Simply because if I wake up before my alarm like that, I try not to go back to sleep. Because if I go back to sleep, it'll actually give me a headache for when I do wake up. So I just had a video on my laptop already, so I pressed play. Now I have 20 minutes to live here. The countdown starts now.
To be grateful that people,
give a crap, you know what I mean? Especially in a world of... Oh, shit. Wow. So literally, I was like, I'm gonna need to do an oil change soon. My car, like, you know, settles, because I kind of let my car settle before I just drive. And as soon as it settles, my check engine light comes on. And I'm usually never late for an oil change. So now I have to book an appointment. That means that I'm not gonna be, I mean, I already didn't plan on driving much this week or like going any place else other than work. But now I definitely will be going no place else other than work this week, simply because my check engine light just popped on. And I gotta, you know, hope for the best in this kind of situation, you know? That sucks. That really sucks, because I never let any light come on in my car. And right now, I literally just have to let it be on, which is bothersome. I just need an oil change though. I knew that the time was coming up for it, but they didn't put like the oil change sticker on my car for like when or for, yeah, so like usually they'll put they'll put both the date or the mileage on my windshield, and they just didn't put it on my windshield. And I didn't realize that they didn't put it on my windshield until it was too late. And I don't remember the last time I went. Also, the place that I go to, considering I take my car back to the dealership for its servicing, the dealership will usually like call or message me. They usually call though and say, hey, this is, you know, your dealership, and based off of our records, you need to bring your shit in so that I can do your oil change. So yeah. So here we are, trying to figure out how I'm about to get this oil changed. Anywho's, I did the one thing that I typically never do. I ended up leaving the house without eating breakfast or drinking my morning coffee. So it's 6:54. I leave the house at 6:50. And let me see if it'll let me back up. So, and I leave the house at 6:50, and I did not want to get out of bed this morning, for sure. Like I said in my last clip, I woke my eyes, I woke my eyes, I opened my eyes at 5:35. Eyes just popped open, 5:35. And since it was so close to 6 o'clock, I didn't want to go back to sleep, so I just started watching YouTube videos. But I'm like, my bed is across from my window, so I can see when the sun rises. So, and I know what time that it's supposed to rise. I wasn't seeing the sunrise though. So, it was still very dark. It came 6 o'clock. I didn't get out of bed until 6:30 though. So, that's 6:20 is my last alarm before 6:45. So it came 6:20. There was still no light outside. So, but there were flashes of lights. Child, we are in a whole thunderstorm. It's thundering and it's lightning. Y'all can hear the rain when I stop talking, and you can see it on my back windshield. But here's the thing. that, like, it's doing more lightning and thundering than it is actually raining. But due to the weather, it affects, when I first wake up, it definitely affects, like, you know, if I want to get out of bed and all that good stuff. Like, it affects my energy levels. And so I didn't want to get out of bed. So, but I got out of bed. I just got out of bed a lot later than I usually did. And then, like, I didn't feel like, hey y'all, so excuse me, so it's Wednesday. The time is 9:06 p.m. I actually have not done a terrible job at vlogging. However, I do not approve of anything that happened on Tuesday after the clips that y'all seen of me going to work in the morning. And then for today, I went to work today as well, and I had intentions on going to the gym, and somehow I ended up in the shower, so I didn't go to the gym. And then my mom came home and was like, let's go to Nanny's house, because they did a shrimp boil over there. So I went to my nanny's house and I went to hang out over there, and naturally I was not about to have a camera in their face because they weren't even expecting us. We just kind of showed up and started eating, took our food, and then we left. And now I'm back at the house, about to get in the bed. So we're gonna try this again tomorrow. Nobody said that these weekly vlogs, well, nobody said at first that the first weekly vlog altogether was gonna be anything. On the bright side, something terrible happened today. My nail chipped. You can barely see it, but it chipped right in the corner, and I hate that for myself because I'm not about to redo them. So I'm just gonna rock this chipped nail till Saturday. Saturday is the day that I'm off. And then, yeah, so tonight I'm about to watch Mushishi, starting from season 1, episode 17, called Pickers of Empty Cocoons. It's a new anime. Well, it's not a new anime, I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. It's new to me that I'm watching, and I actually really like it. So I'm gonna do that, or I'm gonna watch that, eat my little bag of Ruffles, so that my face can be all puffy when I wake up in the morning, and drink my little bit of Tampico juice that I got from my nanny house. I don't even drink juice, but I was tired of drinking water because I had so much water today, and I didn't want to drink a soda. So I went for the juice because that's all she had. So yeah. And here in this house, we only have water. We only drink water up in here. So it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm about to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and add in this little clippy clip. Luckily, nothing happened. Like, I don't want these vlogs to be boring, but at the same time, like, I don't want to not do it either. Like, I've always wanted to vlog. I just always felt that my life was too boring to vlog. So I never did, or I did and would stop or whatever, because I'm like, nobody's going to want to see this. So, but yeah. And then, like, when we were in the car, I was going to film on the way, like, just clips going to my nanny's house and then clips coming back. But my mom was talking so much in the car, so, like, and, like, I responded most of the time until I stopped responding altogether because I was tired of talking. But, you know, then it was, like, the radio going and copyrights and all that extra stuff that I was just not into. So I was just like, we're just not gonna do that today. So I will pick back up in la mañana. Not necessarily when I am on my way to work, but probably after I park the car at work and I'm just sitting in the parking lot, just waiting to go in and clock in, you know? Anywho's, sorry, excuse me, but it seems like so far Monday has been my most eventful day. You know, people hate Mondays, so I will see y'all tomorrow. What's up, y'all? It is Thursday. Yep. It is Thursday, 7:20 a.m. I'm sitting out in the car. I'm not going in until 7:25 because I'm not clocking in early. I called my mom, even though I just saw her. Like, I seen that she had called me, so I called her back. I ended up talking to her the whole ride to work, and yeah. Oh, here it is. Sorry, I'm trying to like change my bedtime and sleep mode and stuff, or my like wake up time. Okay, I fixed that. I did not eat breakfast, but I have a banana. So I guess we'll sit here and chat. So what y'all up to? What y'all doing these days? I had a second job. Like, my second job called me or emailed me to come in on Sunday, but I work here on Sunday. And I was like, it's a little too last minute for me to change my schedule here because I have no idea who's even working on Sunday here to like ask to do a shift change, and I only work for 2 days here. Because that was appropriate. Next week I only work 2 days here. I have the rest of the week off, which sucks because I kind of needed the money for more so for my other job. I make more money on the other job than I would here in those 2 days. But this check, like the other job is gig based. This job, I'm guaranteed a check. So I have a minute and a half. So I guess I'll just get out now. Okay. I'll see y'all when I'm off. All right. So now I'm off work. It is 1:19. I worked an extra 15 minutes today because I don't like to leave an unfinished job. So I was gonna just go straight to the gym, but my stomach is like growling. So I really need to eat. So I guess I'll go home first. I don't need to change clothes or anything. I don't need to change clothes or anything. So I'm just gonna go get some food. And then, where did I put my chapstick? That should fall out of my pocket. Oh no, it's right here. I'm gonna go get some food and then wait for it to digest, and then I'll go to the gym. So I've made it to the house. It is 1:53. I parked at 1:49. I'm eating a tamale, just one, because the last time I had a tamale was well over a decade ago. It should not be enough. One should not be enough to mess my stomach up. So I'm eating a tamale. It's also definitely not enough to go work out on, but good start. I'm also looking for something to cook. I think I'm gonna make some sort of burgers tonight. So I took out the ground beef, but we got hella chicken because we originally bought damn near 30 pounds of chicken. I think we only have like 12 pounds left, but everybody's tired of eating chicken, and I don't really eat pork like that. So ground beef it is. So I'm gonna put my Spam in a pan. Naturally, I'm gonna slice it, but my rice, after I heat it up, I usually put in some sesame seeds, roasted sesame seeds, and sesame oil. And then literally just a sprinkle of salt and pepper in the rice as well. And then it's all good. And boom, here's is my Spam. Oops, my rice with my pepper. You can see the sesame seeds and sprinkle some sesame oil in there. So yeah, also there's salt in there too. And I'm gonna eat this before I go to the gym with the rest of my Tampico juice from yesterday, because I don't actually drink this. And I'm gonna also mix some of my water into here because I don't like how sweet it tastes.
Sir, there's no trace. This is pointless. Such an ungrateful girl. She probably just got tired of working and that's not true.
That's just great. This is gonna be a problem. You've been exposed to a powerful Mushi influence, and now you're caught between the Mushi world.
Okay, so I did not go to the gym today. Instead, I made a burger, but it's a really good burger. So good. I even stuffed it with like garlic chunks. These are my homemade sour pickles, and this is some leftover spicy barbecue from my favorite gas station. Hello, everybody. First of all, I look very boxy in this, whatever. It is 4:11. I'm about to water this plant because my top like inch and a half or two inches of soil is quite dry. I keep the water in a mason jar, and I typically keep the plant on my desk. And I actually had to like close my blinds just a little bit so that it didn't get so much direct sunlight. So yeah, I'm gonna water it. I actually need to rinse the leaves off a little bit again. I rinsed them like 2 weeks ago because I had trimps on them. Trimps are little pesticides. Hate them for sure, but like I guess they like laid eggs and the eggs have hatched recently, so I have quite a few more on here, and they're still in like their like baby stage, so they're still like pale in color and not black yet. So I'll probably spend time tomorrow wiping it off. I just want like a little bit more, a few more. Actually, I had it rotated this way so that this side gets some sun. I had it, I'm gonna wait until tomorrow to wipe the leaves off, simply because I want to give them a little bit more time to like hatch so that I can knock off as many as possible. Also, since I'm like, it was a wet towel, so I was trying to make sure it didn't mildew or whatever. But also, I want to make sure that like I get as many off as possible tomorrow. So yeah, I am also about to start doing my nails since it is Friday. My nail chipped, and I was like, I'm not about to fix that. It chipped on like Wednesday. So but my nails held up pretty decently. Actually could have been better. This I picked off while I was in the car because I was like, I'm literally about to go soak it off, so I wanted to try to get that clear coat off. Yeah, so other than that, the nails, they did what they were supposed to do. They lasted for 2 weeks. So but currently I have yogurt that I'm gonna eat first. I used to have Funimation, but when I got the notification of Funimation moving to Crunchyroll or merging with Crunchyroll, I didn't immediately delete my Funimation. I actually binged everything that was on my list in Funimation, and then I moved to Crunchyroll. The crazy thing being, I had Crunchyroll first, then I had Funimation, realized that almost everything that I really watched was on Funimation, so I finished everything that was not on Funimation on Crunchyroll, canceled my Crunchyroll, and then a year and a half later, they're like, so now we're merging the two. And then I ended up canceling my Funimation and only got Crunchyroll. I have Netflix, but it's my mom's Netflix. Years ago, like 5 years ago, when I still had my own Netflix account, it was like when they did their first like rise in pay or whatever, to where it was no longer whatever it was, and then they were like, for one channel you have to pay for it increased by like $2-3, and I was like, I don't necessarily want to do that because I was barely watching Netflix at the time anyways. And then I realized my mom had Netflix, but she can never even remember her password. So since then I've been using her Netflix account because I was like, I'm not about to pay for that. You can pay for that if you can't even remember your password or remember to cancel it. So that's how I watch Netflix. I still barely am on Netflix anyways, but as long as I'm not paying for it, I'm perfectly fine. I finished My Hero. I am not ready for season 6. You know what? I am not ready for the end of season 6 is what I'm really not ready for. Because that would mean that there are no more seasons coming. And I really wish that they would make at least one more movie because I've seen all 3 of them twice now. On my list is Buddy Daddy's Blue Lock. I need to go back and finish. I'm on episode 21. I put 243 Saiyan High School Boys Volleyball Team. It's not as intense as IQ, but here we are. Dr. Stone, number 24. I've watched that one already, but I put it back on here because I couldn't remember at the time that I watched it already, so I guess I'm going to take it off. But it's about rugby. Excuse me. Noblesse is something that I've been wanting to watch for a while now. I just haven't sat down and watched it yet. The Ice Blade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World, and Free Iwatobi Swim Club. Now, as far as sports animes go, Free is my second favorite. My favorite, Haikyuu, hands down. Free is my second favorite. I watched the Kuroko's basketball. I liked it, and then I liked it, but it still wasn't enough. Wow, what was that? What else? I mean, that's all that's on my list for right now. I'm trying to get everything off my list before I add more stuff, because if I keep adding stuff, then I'm never gonna finish it. Let's see. Haikyuu's my favorite. Aoashi is probably my third favorite. Told y'all about Kuroko. Skate the Infinity was really good. I wish they had a second season, but they don't. I never watched Ace of the Diamond. It used to be on my list, and then I took it off. I don't know why. Ahiru no Sora. I started watching that back on Netflix, and I just never finished it. Honestly, I don't really like the design. How heavy are the dumbbells you lift? I watched quite a bit of that. But it was almost like it was too much of an effort for me to watch it. And it was even more of an effort for me to, like, watch the whole episode. Yeah. Tribe 9 I have not watched. Hinomaru Sumo. I remember starting that one. I never finished it. Yuri on Ice used to be a favorite of mine. I really wish they had a season 2 of that one as well. I love how, like, emotional that one is. So, Megalobox. Wasn't that on Netflix? Or was that only on here? I didn't watch it, but there's a Baki on Netflix is what I watched season 1 of. It was recommended by one of my friends. I did not finish it, though. The Prince of Tennis also started it, but it was like too old, so I didn't finish it. Yeah. There's The Prince of Tennis too. That's interesting. So yeah. But I like sports anime. I do like slice of life or shonen as well, whichever one. I think Fruits Basket falls under both of those, so I do like stuff like that. But I like a lot of, like, adventure, a lot of action. I'm good with fantasy. Sci-fi fantasy is my favorite, like, genre of books to read. So I never checked the sci-fi section. Oh, that Dr. Stone. Well, there you go. So yeah. Oh, Assassination Classroom. That's a great one. Assassination Classroom. Love that one. I never got into Dragon Ball Z, even as a little kid when it was on TV. I never got into that, or Pokemon, or Naruto. I tried to watch Naruto too, and it wasn't happening for me. Anywho's, this clip alone is now like 20 minutes long, and yeah, so I'm gonna start. Ooh, Amnesia. A wind named Amnesia. That's interesting. Between the Sky and Sea. There's one that's on Netflix and it's on Crunchyroll. Something about like people living in the ocean and on land, a lull of the sea or something like that. I started watching it for the first few episodes and I can't remember, like, I remember getting super busy so I couldn't finish it, but I do really want to go back and watch it, but I don't want to watch it on like a different streaming service than I started it on, you know? So like if I started it on Netflix, I'd rather go back to Netflix and watch it instead of switching to Crunchyroll to watch that. Don't ask me why. I'm just like that, okay? I remember watching Sword Art Online. The very, very, very first anime I watched was Full Metal Alchemist. Loved it on Netflix. And then I watched Attack on Titan. Loved it. Also on Netflix. So I didn't really care. I also watched Date Alive. Didn't really care for that one or Sword Art Online, but definitely watched it because my ex really wanted to watch those, so that's why I watched them. So yeah. But then he would get super pissy at me for watching like other animes without him, and I'm like, you're not even interested in that kind of anime. Given is also a really good anime. It's very cute. It's a boys love one. So anyways, I'm gonna go back to watching Buddy Daddies, finishing my yogurt. I'm gonna stop talking, and then when I'm done with this, I'm gonna get my drum on and I'm gonna do my nails. You may or may not see me do that. Okay. Hey guys, we are outside. Look at that lake. It's so beautiful. I've already walked half of it, but I think I'm gonna do 2 laps because remember this track is 2 miles long. I have made it to the other side of the lake. That's it. It's so beautiful. There's nobody directly behind me, but I saw my mom is somewhere back there-ish. It's a shame we started out together and I left her behind. And I didn't even bother running today because I didn't want to. So, anyways, it's so pretty. So pretty and so beautiful. So, yeah. Remember how I said there were fish in here? I don't know if y'all can see it, but he's right there. It's an orange one. He swam away. There's also this beauty here. And then all of the ducks. I saw a whole duck family earlier. It was so cute. That was the only fish that I saw today. Oh, he's over here now. Swimming towards that thingy. The water's so dang. Oh, there are 2 fish. The other one is not orange. Like, I go down and they must have not behind. There's one. There's the not orange one. Where's the orange one? He's swam away. They both swam out there. So I am currently making 2 different meals. Also, here are my nails that I did yesterday. Okay. I'm making 2 different meals. So this is going to be a chicken soup. I'm also making something for my mom and brother on the other counter. Smells so good. I just have some olive oil, some bell pepper. That's 1 bell pepper and like 5 cloves of garlic. And I'm just cooking that down for a bit. This will do. Just need to push that down. I'm going to put this down, and then I'll later add in our chicken broth. Okay, so this is for my chicken soup. I have onion powder, garlic powder, some Caribbean jerk chicken seasoning, salt, pepper, cumin, chili powder. Is that it? I also dropped some minced onions in the pot to cook with the garlic and bell pepper. And then for the pork dish, I have some cream of mushroom soup, 2 cans. Salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. I accidentally dropped some Caribbean jerk seasoning in there. They are plain folks, so I don't go too hard on their seasonings. Oh, that smells so good. So you can see the bits of minced onion in there. I also have my oven preheating for the pork dish. So here we go. Oh my God, it looks so good. It smells so good. So check me out. I'm sitting here eating my chicken soup. So good. Could use a little more salt. Just a little. But other than that, it's so good. So I have it with I just paired it with the rice. I like it. I'm also kind of full because I just finished, I had 1 patty left from when I made burgers a few days ago. So I just ate that. And I just got the soup so that I can try it. It's still on the fire. The chicken is cooked all the way. I just wanted to get a little more, like I kind of still, like it's tender to where it's like falling off the bone a little bit, but I want it to fall off. Like I want it to be able to like fall off like you go to grab the whole piece of chicken. Excuse me, because they're chicken leg quarters. Excuse me, you go to grab the whole quarter and then all you end up with is the bone. Like it looks like it's put together, but it's not. I like that because in soups that the chicken just really tastes a lot better that way, where it's not too tough. I actually like it where it's super like right before it gets mushy pretty much. So it's good that way. Like after it sits overnight too, the chicken itself will firm up a bit, and then it's like perfect for the next day, all that good stuff. So yeah, I wanted to show y'all an OOTD for today because like I definitely have on an actual like shirt under here and black pants. It's really cute. It's a cute shirt. However, I think I'm not going anywhere because I was going to do my makeup and now I don't want to. Since it's Saturday and I work tomorrow, I think I'm going to end the vlog here. And then we start a new week tomorrow on Sunday. So thank you guys so much for watching this weekly vlog. I shall see y'all next week. Bye.